All right, guys, I got to test out this new Waves drum trigger thing. I didn't run it live to service. I just played with it on a separate mix that I could queue up. And I got a couple of things that I like about it, a couple of things that I don't like about it. It seems to be fairly easy and straightforward to get, working and lined up. A couple of things that popped out to me while I was going through making a couple of presets was to add a sample, you have to click this thing down here, get up to 4. But let's say you line up one sample and you pick whatever 1.6 milliseconds of delay, and then you do another sample or whatever. First of all, the delays, there's no global delay. There's no way to select like in other Waves plugins. You can't select multiples and do the same thing. There's no global switches for polarity or anything like that. So let's say you get it all dialed in and you save it, and then you want to load in a couple new samples so you can save an additional preset. Well, as soon as you click that load there to load in a new sample, all of that stuff will zero back out again. So let's say for a fact you've got a bunch of samples that are all about the same time. You got to go through and you got to set the delay for every single layer, and then you got to set polarity for each one. You would change that anyway, but there's no globals for that. Then once you do get everything saved, it saves into your Waves user folder. But you'll notice that unlike other Waves plugins, you get the factory presets, but there's no user preset. You have to go to the user presets folder. Now you can use this preset browser that they've added recently, but I have found, and you'll see here, I have probably 18 different presets I've built tonight. They don't show up. They're not there. So I have to go and I have to load each and every single time I want to load one of the generic snares. I got my Black Beauty. I've got that snare sample that everybody knows. I've got a bunch of live room samples that I love here. I have to pick one of these and load them independently every time I want to change. So it makes auditioning really hard. Now I know you can use Cosmos, but I haven't really dug into that yet. But, just clunky for the live version. Live guys need to move quick. So just be aware that you're going to need time to set this up in a virtual sound check. It's not going to be something you're going to throw on really fast, reliably quickly anyway. But yeah, let's cut over to a mix and see how it sounds. Okay, so I have the band pulled back here. Got a kick trigger here and a snare trigger here. This is running on Waves SoundGrid, by the way. Just to let you know, this is the first time we've had SoundGrid native drum replacement, which is fantastic. But I will bring up the kick trig a little bit above where it needs to be so you can hear it, bring it back. I'll bring the snare trigger up, and then I'll bring the band back in so that you can hear it in context and just how easy this was. The delay that I've been finding has been like a millisecond here, maybe a millisecond and a half. So really, really easy, a lot of fun. So yeah, let's dive in and let's listen to it. Yep. So that's Waves InTrigger. Works great. A couple things to improve on, but it's awesome.